Welcome to Crystal Clear Tarot. My name is Shan and today we're diving deep into the Five of Wands. This is a card that often shows up when life feels messy, competitive and full of tension. At first glance, it looks like chaos, five figures waving their hands around. But are they fighting? Or are they playing? Or are they simply struggling to make their voices heard? Today we'll explore the imagery, symbolism and the upright and reversed meanings and how this card applies to your everyday life and spiritual growth. Stick with me until the end because this card has so much wisdom to offer about conflict, inner struggle and the power of resolution. So let's begin by looking closely at the card's imagery in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. We see five young men holding wands, all swinging them about in what seems to be a scuffle. But notice something. None of them are actually striking each other. Their postures are awkward, their feet unsteady. It almost looks like a mock battle or even a chaotic game. The wands themselves are symbols of energy, willpower and ambition. They represent fire, the drive to take action, to assert ourselves, to push forward. Yet here, that energy is scattered. Instead of working together, the figures are clashing, competing, and creating disorder. Now let's talk about the number 5 in tarot. Fives represent challenges, disruption, and necessary change. The Five of Wands embodies that energy perfectly. The clash before resolution, the discomfort that forces growth. When we look at the background, we see an open golden field with a clear sky. This tells us that the conflict isn't life-threatening. The energy is disruptive, yes, but it's not destructive. It's about ego, pride, and the inability to cooperate rather than true violence. So the symbolism here is powerful. Conflict without clarity, chaos without structure, and tension without resolution, yet all of it holding the potential to teach us something essential. Now, what does it mean when the Five of Wands shows up in a reading? This card often signals conflict, competition, or discord. You might be in the middle of an argument, a workplace power struggle, or a family feud. The energy is fragmented. Everyone wants to be heard, but no one's listening. It also points to ego battles. The desire to prove ourselves, to win, or to gain recognition can sometimes overshadow the greater good. Have you ever been in a meeting where everyone is just talking over each other, but nothing gets accomplished? That's the Five of Wands energy. Lots of noise with little progress. But there's another side to this. Sometimes this card represents healthy competition. A challenge that sharpens our skills, pushes us to grow, and teaches us how to stand our ground. Think of it like a debate club or a sports team. Conflict can actually build resilience if handled constructively. This card also carries a message about self-reflection. If you're experiencing external conflict, it might be worth asking, am I contributing to the chaos? Am I digging my heels in, refusing to compromise, or letting my ego take over? The Five of Wands reminds us that while conflict may feel external, it often has roots within ourselves. And let's not overlook the shadow message. Sometimes there's a pot stirrer in the mix, a person who thrives on discord, who manipulates situations to keep others unbalanced. If this resonates, the card may be guiding you to identify that influence and call it out. So how does this card play out in everyday life? It can show up in situations like a heated debate at work, where no one is backing down. Sibling rivalry or family drama where everyone wants to be right. Team sports or group projects where competition turns toxic. Even within yourself, when your inner desires clash, it can pull you in 5 different directions. The lesson of the Five of Wands is that conflict is often unavoidable, but it's also an opportunity. It forces hidden issues to the surface, making them visible so they can finally be addressed. Without that friction, problems might stay buried indefinitely. So instead of fearing this card, see it as a catalyst. It asks you to engage with the tension, learn from it, and use it as fuel for growth. Now let's turn this card upside down. What does the Five of Wands reversed tell us? The reverse position often signals the need for peace, a time out, or withdrawal. Maybe you've been caught in chaos for too long, and now the only way forward is to step back. It can also mean the battle is finally coming to an end. Maybe you've reached a point of compromise, or simply decided the fight isn't worth your energy anymore. Walking away from toxic dynamics is often the wisest move. On a more personal level, the reverse card can suggest that real conflict lies within. Perhaps you've been avoiding your own feelings, trying to suppress anger or frustration, and now it's time to confront them honestly. Internal peace always begins with self-awareness. So to wrap things up, the Five of Wands may look chaotic, but its message is incredibly valuable. It represents the tension, conflict, and challenges that disrupt our life, but also the opportunities hidden within that struggle. When this card appears, it's an invitation to look at how you deal with discord. Are you escalating the conflict or seeking resolution? Are you competing for ego or striving for growth? Remember, conflict isn't always bad. Sometimes it's the fire that tempers the steel, burning away what no longer serves us so we can emerge stronger, wiser, and more aligned with our true purpose. So the next time you pull the Five of Wands, don't dread it. Instead, ask yourself, what lesson is this conflict trying to teach me? Thank you for joining me here on Crystal Clear Tarot. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'd love to hear from you. Have you experienced a Five of Wands moment in your life? Drop a comment below and share your story. Until next time, remember, conflict may spark chaos, but it can also ignite transformation.